Grade 5s. Today we're going to be doing a portrait of ourselves, or a self-portrait. Now a portrait, guys, as many of you know already, is a picture of somebody's head and shoulders, sort of up to upper torso, head and shoulders. Now a self-portrait, guys, obviously a portrait, a picture of someone's head and shoulders of yourself, so your own head and shoulders. Now before we actually start on the artwork, we need to think a bit about ourselves, our own head. So I want you to get a mirror. I've got my mirror over here. If a few of you who don't have a mirror around can use your cell phone, you can take a photo of yourself or just look at yourself in the video recorder. But I recommend rather using a mirror if you can, because it's much better to use something actual, something in 3D for reference rather than using a photograph. Because it's much easier to use a photograph, and you learn far more from actually looking at something in 3D. Now, you look at yourself in the mirror. So for now I'm looking at myself in the screen as we're recording this video, and you're going to notice a few things about yourself. So obviously, what is on your face? You've got your eyes, your nose, your mouth, chin, you've got your ears. Those are quite obvious. Those are almost lines. You can see the outlines of your eyes. You've got the eyebrows nicely lined. The nose is a bit of a tougher one because there aren't really lines here on the side. How do you see those lines? How do you see that there's a nose there? It's because of the darkness on the side here and the lightness on the side here, and on the middle there's this lightest area and this sparkly area there. You can see the shadow underneath the nose. These are lines. Your nostrils are lines. The outline of your mouth is lines, or the inside of your mouth. You can see the lips. They don't actually have lines on this side unless I use lipstick. So some ladies use lipstick and then they've got clear outlines to their lips. Otherwise the lips aren't clear. They aren't actually shapes. A lot of people will draw them as shapes. Not quite exactly like that. Now, you'll see also often the cheekbones will give you some shadow underneath them. So on the side here, I've got some shadow underneath it. Your eyebrows, have some shadow underneath it. You might have some shadow other places of your face. Obviously, under your chin will have shadow. It's not actually a line, guys. If you look at it, it's not a clear line. It's a gentle gradient of tone going from light to dark. Now I hope you're looking at yourself in the mirror as well and studying yourself. You can even feel how things actually feel. You can feel where things stick out and where they go in, out and in. Okay, now I'm going to give you a little bit of time to look at yourself in the mirror and study yourself, and you can pause the movie or video while you do that. Then I'm going to cut to a picture of me actually drawing myself, and you can see how I do it. I'm going to speed it up so it goes a bit faster. I'm probably going to speak over it as well. Okay, so I'm starting drawing my face. I start off by drawing the shape of the face, an oval. Remember, it's not a circle. I draw a line in the middle of my face where my eyes are going to be. I draw a line halfway between my eye line and my chin, where my nose will be at the bottom of, and then a third of the way between the nose line and the chin is where the mouth would be in general. Then I draw a line in the middle of the face vertically, and that's where the nose will be. Now I start sketching in where the eyes and the eyebrows and the nose are going to be. Now I'm pressing quite softly. This time I'm actually pressing a bit harder than I normally press. I normally press very lightly, guys, because you have to press lightly because you're probably going to erase a lot of these lines. And these are just to show you, remind you where things are going to be. This is how to sketch, guys. I'm adding in some texture already onto the eyebrows, so I know where the hairs are going to be and that sort of thing. You'll see I'm also adding a bit of shadow and shading. I keep looking at myself in the mirror, guys, so I know where the light's coming from, where the shadows are going to be. You'll see I've made some mistakes along the way. I'm going to erase later on. Adding some shading to the nose. You'll see that the nose doesn't have many lines at all, so I've drawn in the nostril lines, and I've drawn in a bit of shading on the side of the nose. For the mouth, I've added the little dimple thing above between the nose and the mouth, and then I'm adding the line I'm not shading the lips at all, and I think in this artwork I didn't shade the lips at all. I could have though if I wanted to add a little bit of shading. I've added in where the ears go. Ears in general go from the top, just by where the eyebrow is, to where the bottom of the nose is. You're seeing it at a bit of an angle, so it looks a bit strange, but I will show you the picture as well straight on, so you can see it like doesn't look as strange. I decided, yeah, so for this artwork, guys, you're going to be drawing it fairly realistically, so you're not going to be adding on things and that sort of thing. Just kind of have fun with it. Now I'm starting to shade in the jawline. You'll see that my original circle, my original oval, wasn't as low down as it needed to be, so I just pushed the chin down a little bit. I'm attaching from the jaw, from the chin, from the cheekbone to the chin, where the neck comes out and that sort of thing. Remember, guys, I am looking at myself in a mirror as I'm doing this artwork, so I'm not just making it up. Putting in some shading and shadow. I'm wearing a dark black shirt. I could have shaded this if I wanted to, but I think I just started with some basic shading and then left it. Putting where my hair goes. You can see the texture of the hair, guys, because my hair is not sleek and that. It's a bit spiky. I shaved it recently, so I'm just putting in some shading, some bits of hair so I can see where they would be. Now I'm putting in some bit more clearly shading in the cheeks, cheekbones, and you'll see that I decide later on that I've made it a bit too dark in areas, so I raise it again. Now there's those lines between attaching the nose to the edge of the mouth sort of thing. Now there's always shadow beneath the chin as well. That's actually what makes the nice dark line by the chin. I see that I have quite big brows. My eyebrows sort of stand out quite a lot, so I've got quite a lot of shadow underneath my eyebrows, between my eyes and my eyebrows, so I'm putting that in now. Also helps, makes it look quite cool, having nice darkness around the eyes. I'm putting a bit of shading around the nose now to give it more clarity and a bit more definition, so you can see the shape a bit better and that afterwards. Bit of shading underneath the nose as well. Bit of shading in the eyes. Now I'm just sort of adding a bit of rubbing with my finger. Now I do some erasing. Rubbing helps, but you can't rely too much on just rubbing, guys. Otherwise it's going to get rid of all the definition. Now I'm putting a bit of definition again into the nose, and I'm putting a bit of shading into the brow, into the forehead. And I'm holding the pencil far back, not holding it near the front, because holding it near the tip would give too much definition and it's a bit too hard. Hey guys again, I hope you enjoyed my drawing and seeing how I go about it. Now I haven't yet mentioned that for this artwork you're going to do one or two things a little bit differently. First thing is, if possible, I don't want you to use paper. I want you to go and find some cardboard. Now I found this cardboard. I found the back of I found a cereal box which I cut up. I've used the same cereal box for more than one artwork, so you can do this as well. The reason we're using a box is because obviously it's harder than paper, and if possible later on in this project we're going to add extra things onto it, and it's going to become something more than just a drawing. So we need something a bit harder to make as the base. Now I've done two things. I've played around a lot. This one here I used a bit of charcoal which I made from burning matchsticks for my drawing, and then I added oil pastel for the background. And again, it makes that contrast, it makes color, makes it stand out more, focus on the actual thing. This one here, I used coffee, which I made very strong. I mixed a very strong little bit of coffee, don't need much. Then I used a paintbrush, and I first painted where the dark areas are twice with coffee. So I went once over, and then I went again, and then I used fine liner and brush and pencil crayons, and I made this artwork. So for your one, why I'm saying all these things is you can experiment, guys. You can have fun and make something beautiful. But yeah, okay, enjoy, guys. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.